Welcome you back again to another video lecture on C# programming, and in this video lecture we'll go ahead and create a very first program in C#. We're using the Visual Studio IDE that we installed previously, and let's go ahead and move on immediately. Go ahead and hit on File and go to New and hit on Project. And then you go ahead and have different options here. You can see Visual C#. Okay, so there is one that is installed. Can you see that? That is what we installed. And go ahead and hit on Console App. That is what we have right here. So select Console App because that is also be built-in, and go down here and hit OK. But you can change the name of this, change the name. I'll go ahead and change the name of this app to be First Application. Let me call that First Application. And it is always good to start the first name to be capital letter. Now choose a location. So I'll go ahead and click on Browse. And let's go ahead and save this somewhere that we need it to be. Okay, and I will also advise you to create folders where you want your programs to be. So this is a default folder. It's created by itself. I created a folder on my desktop, and on my desktop I have C# programs, and you can see that right there. So double click on that, and I want to select folder. Go ahead and select folder, and for every application I make, we will write inside this folder. And go ahead and hit on OK. So once you hit OK, that will come up and it will change this window. So in real after installation, everything, you can see a program right here, and inside here you can see Hello World. Okay, so this is how the program looks. Here you can go ahead and stretch this to the end. Can drag this close to this point. Okay, so this is Solution Explorer. We're going to need this most times, alright? Alright, so the first thing you see here is using namespace and using system, namespace, first application, class program, static void main, console.write line, and you'll be like, what are all these things doing? We're going to explain everything step by step so you can be able to understand what these things are doing. And if you go to the folder you just created, that is the folder right here, you can see the first application right here. Okay, and this is what you have. Let me go ahead and enlarge that so you can be able to see that. So this is the first application, and you open this file, you can see the program.cs. Okay, so the program.cs is right here. And I hope that is cool. So I need to walk you through all this so you can be able to understand what everything is doing. Now, go over to Solution Explorer. You're going to see C# program.cs. This is where your program is running. You can see that. So this is where your program is running. Okay. Now, you don't need much here because you don't need to be dealing with all this. So the first thing we need to know is what is using system. So the first line of the program is in system. So that keyword using system is generally there for you. You don't need them. You don't need to bother yourself because for every program you're going to create, it's going to tell the system that we are using the system. Okay. And then for the namespace, that is here. Namespace is a collection of classes in C#. So it's a collection of classes in C#. That is why for every program you create, you're going to see using system namespace. Okay. So the next one is the class, the collection that we have right here. So the class, the collection is going to contain the static void main, that this is a main function. So everything will be right inside a class program. So without a class program, you can be able to run this application in C#. So for you to run this application, it must be on that class program. Okay. and so many other things that we need to know about this. But our main choice is to write Hello World program, which by default, if you create a program in C# is going to write that for you. Okay? So in between these is where your program goes. You can be able to go ahead and delete this thing right here. And now it's gone. So if you want to write any other thing in future, you can be able to go ahead and write that. But I removed that so we can be able to do that step by step. It's very necessary. We know everything about that, so I just deleted it. So if you want to write, you go, because you're writing on the console, and the console application is what we install during the installation period. Go ahead and type in console with a C in uppercase. So console dot. So whenever you put dot, right line. So console.writeLine will enable you to be able to write any program you want to write, and it's the kids that, and go ahead and put parentheses and double quotation mark right in there, and let's say welcome to C# programming. So welcome to C# programming, and the end of it is semicolon. Okay, very important you do that. So any other code you want to write will be right inside here, and if you've done that, go up here, you can see this green button right here and click on that. It comes up and the program terminates. So you ask me why is the program terminating and it can't see anything. So for you to keep this in C#, go ahead and write console dot read key. Console.read key. Open a cross parenthesis and put a semicolon at the end. So with console.read key, it can be able to keep the program for you to read. Go ahead and run this project again, and let's check it out and make sure everything works out fine. So at this point, you can see, welcome to C# programming, and everything is okay. And you can see that it's really working out fine. Welcome to C# programming, and it can be able to display and hold this. And if you go ahead, you can click any button and it will go off, or you go ahead and click on this close button. If I hit enter, the thing closes off. Can you see there? I hope that is really very interesting. Now, you can see that the console.read key helps us to keep the console steady until you click any button, and it can be able to go off. Without this, your system will continue to execute, but it can't see anything. It just come up and go off. So this is your introduction and how to start your project, and how to create a project, and how to run your project. We're going to go deep into C# programming using Visual Studio IDE. So this is just a piece of iceberg, and this is just a starting point. So I believe in the next video lecture, we'll go ahead and move in deep into this, so you can be able to see other things you need as a developer, and can be able to enjoy C# more and go in as become a senior developer. So far so good. If you have any question, please use the question and the answer section, and I'm going to get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much, and I'm going to see you in the next video lecture.